Okay, good evening once again to you. Let me welcome you to this seminar on Switzerland, a competitive international business location. We are very pleased to be here with you today in Ludhiana. I think it's Martin's and our first visit to the city, and we really loved it. I'll just walk you through today's evening's program. So we have on the dais with me, well, I'm Aslesha Kandeparkar, and I work for the Swiss Business Hub, the Swiss Consulate. I'm based out of Bangalore. So we have the chief guest, Mr. Martin Stroh, Deputy Head of Mission, Embassy of Switzerland in India. We have Mr. J.R. Singhal, President, Ludhiana Management Association. Mr. Harpreet Sandhu, former Additional Advocate General of Punjab. Mr. Sachit Jain, Senior VP LMA, Dr. K.N.S. Kang, Vice President LMA, Ludhiana Management Association, and we have Mr. Kamal Vadera, General Secretary LMA, and of course we have Mr. Larry D'Souza from the SICC, that's Swiss Indo Chamber of Commerce, and Darshana with us as well. So, may I please start with the welcome address, which will be given by Mr. Dinesh Soin. Thank you.
Good evening. Chief guest, Mr. Martin Stroh, Deputy Head of Mission, Embassy of Switzerland in India, Mr. Singhal, President, Ludhiana Management Association, Advocate Harpreet Sandhu, Mr. Dr. Kang, Vice President LMA, and Ms. Aslesha Kandeparkar, Director SPHI, and Larry D'Souza. Larry, of course, I would like to, if you can come from the dais, please. Okay. Swiss Business Hub India and the Swiss Indian Chamber of Commerce, I would like to welcome our chief guest, Mr. Martin Stroh, Deputy Head of Mission, Embassy of Switzerland in India. This is an important initiative of the Swiss government to reach out to industry in Ludhiana, the industrial nerve center of Punjab. We are indeed grateful for the cooperation and support extended by Ludhiana Management Association in organizing this event. Thanks particularly to LMA President Mr. Singhal, LMA Office Leader, and General Secretary Kamal Vadera, who did a lot for this event. The objective of today's seminar is to promote Switzerland as a business location in Indian cities which are perceived to have financial and investment potential so as to generate investor interest to result in concrete investment. The primary purpose is to attract businessmen and corporate organizations to invest in Switzerland, or even consider establishing an office or presence in Switzerland. These could be from engineering, automotive, food, textiles, chemical, jewelry, pharmaceutical, medical technology, or finance. Today's seminar is part of a continuing series of Swiss trade and investment programs in non-metro cities in India, which was initiated last year in at least 4 cities we did. A lot of interest was generated at these events, and the success of this endeavor has led to a much wider outreach program targeting 8 such cities in 2013. As Managing Director of Sabre Swiss Quality Paper AG in Switzerland and Sabre Papers Limited here, I represent the business connection between Ludhiana and Switzerland. Sabre invested in Swiss in 2009 by acquiring a specialty paper manufacturing company, naming it Sabre Swiss Quality AG. Our team visited Swiss Quality Paper on 14th March 2009. This is very interesting. And due diligence process of the company was started immediately. The company was previously owned by Kimberly-Clark Corporation, which is one of the largest hygiene companies in the world. Swiss being in the central part of Europe, Kimberly-Clark's European headquarters were in this mill. The process to acquire 100% stake of this company was completed in mere 16 days, and the agreement was signed on 1st April 2009. The completion of whole process to acquire a company which is 125 years old in such a short time itself speaks of transparency and corporate governance of industrial units in Switzerland. The takeover ceremony was attended by 52 members of my family, from all over the world. Swiss flag was raised by the governor of Canton, Solothurn. Indian flag was raised by Indian ambassador, and our saber flag was raised by my late father. We have completed 4 years of operations in Switzerland, and I'm proud that we made this decision to invest in Switzerland. I hope this program will encourage many more companies from the region to follow our lead. Ludhiana has a significant textile base and is renowned as one of India's largest hosiery manufacturing centers. In fact, a large number of Ludhiana textile units use machinery, Swiss machinery, the most significant being Rieter. So there is already an ongoing business relationship between companies from Ludhiana and Switzerland. While Nestle, I see Nestle's factory head here, we would like to encourage more Swiss companies to invest or set up manufacturing facilities in Ludhiana. My friend Harpreet Sandhu, who has written a book on the European legal system with a special reference to Switzerland in his address, will highlight the importance of Ludhiana as an investment destination. In accordance with the theme of the seminar, Mr. Stroop will deliver a keynote address on Switzerland as a business and investment location. We are grateful to him for having chosen to come to Ludhiana and personally making this presentation. Regarding SICC, I would like to briefly introduce the SICC, Swiss Indo-Chamber of Commerce, founded 28 years ago. SICC has around 350 members and is recognized as a key player in advancing Indo-Swiss business relationships. SICC has organizational presence in Switzerland and India with representations in Bangalore, Delhi, Mumbai and Pune. We sincerely look forward to Ludhiana becoming a major business partner in Switzerland. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Soin. All I can say is wow. I mean, you're the true ambassador for Switzerland in India, and we are very, very proud to have you amongst us this evening. I would like to give a small introduction on Mr. Stroop. Well, Mr. Stroop has been in India since 2011, and he's a deputy chief. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Yeah, can we have a welcome from you now, sir? Thank you, Mr. Singh.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Kal, Mr. Soil, Mr. Sandhu, and the young lady sitting here, and distinguished guests, members of the Executive Committee, special invitees, join me to welcome Mr. Martin Stroop, Honorable Chief Guest today evening, and esteemed Ludhiana Management Association. We are thankful, sir, to Embassy of Switzerland, Trade and Investment Promotion Board, Swiss Chamber of Commerce for organizing this meet for membership of LFA. We already have our young friend, Mr. Dinesh Soin, who is very happy running his company in Switzerland, and we also look forward to have similar opportunities for other members who may begin thinking today. So Switzerland actually is very popular with the mindset of India, and there are so many instances for this. And kindly apologize me if I am out of place. The younger generation in India aspires to have a honeymoon in Switzerland. That has been the yearning all over the years. And now the retired couples are also joining them to relax in Switzerland, because we are probably one of the worst polluted cities in India. Some people quote that we are the world most polluted, but yet some of the retired people prefer to go to Switzerland. And the number of tourists continue to increase. Indians have always loved high-end watches like Rolex, Rodo, Breguet, and many others. And we used to bring them from outside India, from the duty-free shops. And it was always a matter of prestige. It is only now. These prestigious watches are available almost every two-tier city in India. Thanks to the unique strategy for penetrating into the Indian market, and this is something we need to learn as to how they penetrated so well that the watches here are cheaper than the duty-free shop in Dubai. That's my personal experience. We see Rolex advertising for more than Indian watchmakers like Taitar. This is certainly a model to learn. Swiss watches are more popular in China than India because, if I share with you, because the imitators offer the watch, 3 watches for 3,000 rupees. I'm talking of Rolex watch. If anybody has experience of China, at least I have. And whenever you go to exhibition in China, Shanghai, you are confronted with some people. And mind you, the people who have been wearing a Rolex watch for years, they actually get taken for a ride. Means they feel that this is original. And we believe, some of the friends, like Sadhana's, your relative here, Devinder, he's the one who is a collector of watches over the years. And when he looked at it, his comment was that only a Swiss watchmaker can recognize whether this is original or duplicate. So thanks to China for helping you popularize your brand. Fortunately, this is not a case in India. We don't come across anybody who is selling a duplicate watch. So that means our technological levels have yet to improve to that level. So we remember you, sir. Ramdev, Anna Hazare, Arvind Kejriwal, the social activists, as and when they want to put the UPA 2 on the map, they remember Switzerland and come out with amazing figures which at times are more than the annual GDP of India. They use this stick to tarnish the image of politicians and bureaucrats. What is the truth? Only God only knows. Or probably Ramdev knows. If you happen to be in exports, and if your proceeds in foreign exchange are stuck up in a country, the regulator begins thinking that person has routed the funds to Switzerland. So this is another, above all, which is very interesting. The congregation of business leaders and the politicians at Davos, an event which every leader look forward to participate. One can imagine how Switzerland is important for the progressive nations of the world. Very recently, I had a chance to come across a debate by 6 business leaders, like Cisco chairman, Zurich Insurance. Our Anand Mehra was one of them. So I picked up only 3 quotes from their conclusions of the debate and how they appeal to us. That will be your judgment. The first one is John Chambers, CEO of Cisco. What he says is, the best return for companies is when the things are really going the wrong way and you are willing to go against the tide. That's what his conclusion is after the Davos meetings. Davos was over. Then there's one Clayton, professor at Harvard Business School. He's talking of empowering innovations. He has talked of 3 kinds of innovations. I skipped the 2 because they're not applicable to us. The gentleman there, what's your good name, sir?
I am Swatantra Khosla.
Swatantra Khosla.
The Basel area.
He was talking to me right away that if we have people in our membership who will be very good in product adaptation or innovation or whatever. So I was trying to give him the reply. So then the turn came to come over here. So sir, what he says, he has talked of product, he has talked of the empowering the innovations, like he was talking of personal computers, he was talking of the smartphones, but the third one which appeals me is as follows. I am calling efficiency innovations help us make the same products cheaper and they reduce jobs in the economy. Over the past 20 years, I am trying to reply you. Over the past 20 years, executives and investors have stopped investing in empowering innovations because they pay off in 5 to 8 years and instead invest in efficiency innovations which pay off in 1 or 2 years. I'd like to end here with a note that I hope we will have wonderful opportunities being laid in front of all our Indian investors present here in various fields in the session ahead. Once again, I thank you, all of you present here, to be a part of this event organized today. Have a great evening. We welcome you once again.